Here we are going to continue with our biology lecture in which we have started with the study of kingdom Plantae. Okay, we have seen how the kingdom Plantae is divided into cryptogamy and phanerogamy, that is non-flowering plants and flowering plants. The cryptogamy shows three divisions: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, in which the thallophytes and the bryophytes are avascular plants. That means they don't have the vascular bundle xylem and phloem, whereas pteridophytes are the vascular cryptogams. Now today in fact we have started with the study of division Thallophyta, right? We have seen that these thallophytes range from unicellular algal members like Chlorella or Chlamydomonas to filamentous members like Spirogyra, and some of the algal members belonging to Thallophyta are gigantic, big, and these are 60 meters in their length, commonly called as scalps or the alga sargassum. Okay, now today we are going to go for the further study in the division Thallophyta. Thallophyta includes what we generally call as the algae. Okay, what are these plant groups called? Algae. Now herein let us go for the classification of algae. Algae are commonly divided into three classes. Chlorophyceae, which include the green algae. Phaeophyceae, which are brown algae. And Rhodophyceae, which are red algae. Okay. Now, there is an important question that is asked in your paper wherein you have to differentiate between Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. So to make that question easy for you, I have a table over here which will give the points of distinction between the three classes of algae: the Chlorophyceae, the Phaeophyceae and the Rhodophyceae. Okay. Now we are going to classify them on the following points. Firstly, we will see the habitat of this algae. What is habitat? Habitat is the place where an organism lives or grows. Like we live on land, we are terrestrial in habitat. Fishes live in water, these are aquatic in habitat. Okay, so habitat is the dwelling place. The place where the organism will be living, dwelling, or it will be growing. Now, on the basis of habitat, what is the difference between Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae? We'll see. Now these are all algae, and all algae are aquatic. We find them in water. In this aquatic habitat, the Chlorophyceae members are found mostly in fresh water. Mostly in fresh water. Okay, when I say fresh water, what does it mean? Fresh water doesn't mean the water from AquaGuard or purified water. Fresh water means the water which is not salty, the water which is not of the sea or the ocean. It is the river water, the pond water. Okay, so खारं पाणी जे आहे ते सोडून ज्याला आपण गोडं पाणी म्हणतो, नदीचं पाणी, तलावाचं पाणी, getting it? This water is termed as fresh water. So you will find the members of chlorophyce in what water? Fresh water. As against this, pheophyce members will be found mostly in marine water. In which waters you are going to find the members of pheophyce? Marine water. Marine water means what? The ocean water, the sea water, khare pani. So you will find pheophyce members in marine water. What about rhodophyce? Where we will find rhodophyce? We find rhodophyce in marine as well as fresh water. So they will be found in both types of waters, marine water as well as fresh water. Are you getting this? Okay. Now we'll go for the next point of distinction. And the next point of distinction that we are having here is the plant body. What is the point of distinction? Plant body. So here we are going to differentiate these three classes of alga. Okay. Depending upon the difference in the plant body. In case of chlorophyce, the plant body, these chlorophyce algal members, these are unicellular, made up of only one cell, or filamentous, made up of many cells, and the plant body is filamentous, made up of filaments like the Spirogyra. Okay? Or they form colony. How is the plant body? Many cells will come together and form a colony. So you will find the plant body as unicellular, filamentous or colonial. Unicellular, filamentous or colonial. In case of pheophyce members, these are multicellular, and branched. So their bodies will show simple branching or the bodies will show profuse branching. Many branches will be there in case of the members of pheophyce. Okay. Then what about rhodophyce members which belong to which are the red algae? In case of rhodophyce, these are multicellular, not unicellular. These are multicellular with thalloid plant body. Thalloid means what? Plant body is not differentiated into roots or stems or leaves. That is a thalloid plant body. So it is just a thallus. Okay? Then we'll go for the chloroplast. What is the peculiarity of the chloroplast? Shape of the chloroplast and the photosynthetic pigments. Now, in case of chlorophyce, the chloroplast, the pigment which carries, the organelle which carries out photosynthesis has different shapes. Okay, so chloroplast in case of chlorophyce is variously shaped. How is it? Variously shaped. So here chloroplast is variously shaped. Different shapes are there for chloroplast. And what are the chlorophyll pigments present in? It will have chlorophyll pigments which will be chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. What chlorophyll pigments will be there? Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are going to be the chlorophyll pigments. These are the pigments which trap the energy, green in color, they trap the solar energy, and this solar energy will be converted into chemical energy, which is the food of the plant, okay, during the process of photosynthesis. Are you getting it? What are the pigment types in Phaeophyceae? When we go for the members of Phaeophyceae, what do we find? These members of Phaeophyceae will have different types of chlorophyll pigments. They will have chlorophyll A and C. Which chlorophyll pigments will be there? Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll C. Plus, they will have fucoxanthine as a pigment. Which pigment? Fucoxanthine. And so the chlorophyll pigments will be chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C plus fucoxanthine. When we go to the Rhodophyceae members, that is red, they will have chlorophyll A and the chlorophyll D plus phycoerythrin. So along with chlorophyll A and chlorophyll D, what will be the chlorophytic pigment present in that? It will be phycoerythrin. These are the photosynthetic pigments present in Rhodophyceae. Then we'll go for the reserved food material that is stored in their cells. In case of Chlorophyceae, the green algae, the reserved food material is starch. What is the reserved food material? Starch. In case of the Phaeophyceae members, the reserved food material is mannitol. What is it? Mannitol. Then laminarin and starch. So they store the food in their cells in the form of mannitol, laminarin and starch. Whereas the members of Rhodophyceae store their food in the form of Floridian starch. In what form is the food stored in their cells? In the form of Floridian starch. So this is the difference in the reserved food material that these three members of algae are going to have. Then we pass on. Before we go to the importance, let us add one more point over here. That is the cell wall component. Of what is their cell wall made? Okay. In case of Chlorophyceae, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. Of what is the cell wall made? Cellulose. So cellulose is a polysaccharide, and in them the cell wall, in case of Chlorophyceae, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. In case of the Phaeophyceae membranes, the cell wall is made up of cellulose plus fucans plus algenes. Of what is the cell wall made? Cellulose plus fucan plus algene. So these are the components of the cell wall. In case of Rhodophyceae, the cell wall is made up of cellulose plus pectin with carbohydrates. Okay, so cell wall will be made up of cellulose plus pectin, which will be glued with, it will be bound with carbohydrates. So you see that the three members of Thallophyta, the three classes of Thallophyta differ in their cell wall components. This table that we have made is very important, and you definitely are asked a question based on these differences. So this table should be there in your notebook, and then we are going to see some more points of difference. Okay? Now, after seeing the difference in their cell wall, let us go for the points of importance of this. Three thallophytes. What is the importance of this thallophytes to us? Okay? So, we will see their importance. So next point, let me take importance. Okay, in importance, students, what you have to remember? These chlorophyce members have their reserved food material in starch, in the form of starch. And these chlorophyce members, which are unicellular, having only one cell, these are protein rich. How are these? Protein rich. So these are used as single cell proteins by space travelers. इसका मतलब जो astronauts spaceships में space travel पे जाते हैं, they don't carry tiffin boxes and bags full of food. It is not possible. So these algal members are grown in the spaceship, or these algal members converted into what we call as the single cell protein food will be used by these space travelers as their food, which is protein rich. So what is the most important feature of this chlorophyce? Members of this, the unicellular members, are used as food by space travelers. Okay? Then what about Phaeophyce? How are these members of Phaeophyce important to us? These members of Phaeophyce are used in production of hydrochlorides. They are used in production of hydrocolloids. Okay, and what about Phaeophyce? Phaeophyce are used in production of agar-agar. Production of what? Agar-agar. Now this agar-agar has tremendous commercial importance. It is used as a solidifying agent in tissue culture, as well as this agar-agar is used as a solidifying material in your confectionaries. The Cadbury chocolate that you eat, okay, will have agar-agar used as a solidifying agent. So it is used as a solidifying agent in confectionery. Okay, so that is the importance of these three classes of Thallophyta.